happy core stability, we're going to start on the ground on our backs. And we have 2024 pop songs going today. So we're going to start in our hundreds. So go ahead and start on your back. With your head rested, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, hands by your sides, fingertips reach forward, same direction as your toes, palms face down, curl up, chin to chest, get those shoulder blades hovering off the ground, upper abs engaged, arms hovering outside the hips, pump your arms up and down. Palms push down an inch or two and then lift up an inch or two outside the hips. Each movement of the arms is creating a little bit more instability through the upper abs. Keep those shoulder blades lifted. Always the option to add an extra challenge through the low abs by lifting the legs off the ground. You can do it in an upside down tabletop, shins parallel to the ground, or you can send your legs straight to a diagonal away from the body. You choose which option is best for you, feet flat, upside down tabletop, or legs extended. Keep breathing. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest your head back down to the ground. You're going to take it to sit-ups, crunches, or roll-ups. For crunches, hands behind head, elbows wide. Curl up, just so shoulder blades lift, and then release. For sit-ups, your arms go straight to the ceiling. You roll all the way up, shoulders stacked over hips. When you're at the top, your arms end up reaching forward as your hands stay in front of the shoulders, whether the shoulders are forward or facing up. And then a roll up is the same as a sit up, except your legs are out long on the ground instead of bent, feet flat. Getting the entire ab wall ready to roll. And finish out your last rep. We're gonna rest your head, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Push your palms down into the ground outside your hips. Single leg circles right side to start. So go ahead and pull your right knee to your chest and then extend your right leg straight to the ceiling. Point your toe. You're going to circle your leg across the body first. So right leg is going to go left, down, right, and then up through center. Draw your circles. As you draw your circles, we're hip mobility here. Fighting for a straight leg, getting a nice stretch through the leg. Pushing your torso down towards the ground, gluing your back to the ground. Reverse your direction. Leg goes clockwise this time, right down, a left, and up through center. You got it. Keep breathing as you go. And in 3, 2, 1, bend that right knee. We switch. So right foot goes flat to the floor, left knee comes to your chest, left leg goes straight to the ceiling, point your toe. Feel that nice stretch through the hamstring. We're going to go across the body, clockwise first. Leg goes right down, left, and up through center. Working through hip mobility, feeling that stretch through the leg, gluing the back down to the ground, engaging through the low abs. Breathing. And reverse directions, counterclockwise. We go left, down, right, and up through center. You got it. Take another deep breath, and in 3, 2, 1, bend that left knee, send those feet flat to the floor. Nice job. We're going to take it to our single leg stretch next. So go ahead, start with feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling, and then you're going to hug your right knee into your chest, wrap both arms around the right shin, shoulder blades hover, and lift to activate the upper abs. Option to extend the left leg long to hover on the ground, or you can leave it flat. And then you switch. Hug the left knee in, right leg goes long, and switch, keeping the shoulder blades lifted the entire time to activate through the upper abs. Breathing as you go. And in 3, 2, 1, bring both knees to your chest, and you can rest your head to give your upper abs a brief break. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, come back up, hug your knees to your chest, wrap your hands around your shins, shoulder blades hover. We're going to go into a double leg stretch. So you're going to extend your legs long to a diagonal as you sweep your arms out to the side and up behind the shoulders, and then hug everything back in. Extend everything away from the torso, hug everything back into the torso. Keeping your back flat to the ground, low back flat, shoulder blades lifted as you go through this movement. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest your head. Nice job. Take your feet back flat to the floor. Give yourself a little wiggle if you need. We're going to take it to single straight leg stretch next. So go ahead and Bring your right knee to your chest, send your right leg straight to the ceiling. Curl up chin to chest to get those shoulder blades off the ground, upper abs activated. Hands are going to come up as close to your foot as you can on your right leg. So that might be behind your leg, that might be behind your calf. And you're holding as high on your foot as you can. Option 2, extend the left leg long to hover and switch. And switch. So right leg straight up, left leg hovers, left leg straight up, right leg hovers. Keep those shoulder blades hovering the entire time. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can. That's going to give you an extra stretch through the back of the legs, the hamstrings, while we work through this ab engagement. So shoulder blades stay high, that's upper abs. Low back stays glued, that's low abs. And then switching those legs is going to activate the obliques, the side abs, to help us stay stable and grounded. In 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your knees to your chest. Rest your head down to the ground. Start with your feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We take it to double straight leg stretch. So go ahead, send both legs straight to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together like one long leg and point your toes to the ceiling. You get to keep your head rested here. Upper abs get a break. Push your palms down into the ground outside the hips and pull your belly button down. Glue your low back to the ground. Keeping your legs together and as straight as you can. You'll lower your legs for 3 counts and then lift them back up to the ceiling. So legs stay glued, they lower 2, 3, lift for 1. The lower is gonna really fire up through those low abs. Keep the low back glued to the ground. As soon as the low back starts to peel off the ground, that's your range of motion. So bring it back up to the top and continue. Keep breathing. And in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your knees to your chest. Send your feet back flat down to the floor. We take it to our bicycle or crisscross crunches to finish out our warm-up. So feet are flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling, hands go behind your head, elbows wide. Curl up, chin to chest. And we take it to our bicycle or crisscross crunches. So left knee pulls to your chest as you crunch towards your left knee. Set it back down. Crunch towards your right knee, set it back down. Or you can extend your leg long to hover instead of setting it flat down to the ground. So knee pulls to chest, extend to hover, as the other knee pulls to chest, extends to hover. You're getting a slight twist towards the knee that's pulling in towards your chest to activate through the oblique side abs. Slightly off center. Upper abs working to keep those shoulder blades lifted. Low abs working as each leg extends away from the body. 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, feet flat to the floor, rest your head. Beautifully done, everybody. That is our warm-up. We're going to take it to our balance set. I'm going to get a drink of water and we will meet standing for balance work. All right, for our balance work, we're going to start with calf raises just to get grounded in a new position here. So standing, feet hip width apart, toes forward. And you are going to either have your hands on your hips, in a prayer, overhead, whatever's going to help you balance. You can hold on to something if you need. Heels lift and lower. Heels lift and lower. To really get rooted in the balance here, pull your belly button into your spine. Maybe you fight gravity on the way down and slowly lower the heels down towards the ground before you lift them back up. We're going to work on some side glutes here while we do our standing balance. So go ahead and come back to 2 flat feet. We're going to have right leg on the move, stabilizing through the left leg. So take a soft bend through the left knee. Take your right toes, tap them to your right, and then back underneath the right hip. Right toes tap right, right toes tap underneath the right hip. Now you can choose your range of motion, so you choose how far that tap is. So right toes tap right can be as far as you can reach. It can be just an inch or 2, you choose. You can, if you'd like to keep a point of contact on the ground, you can slide the toe out and keep the toe in contact with the ground instead of lifting it as you tap. It's all up to you. Pulling your belly button into your spine to help stabilize and activate all the muscles that are going to help support us here. Now you have the option to stay here. You have the option to add a leg lift laterally. So right toes tap right, right toes lift an inch off the ground and then lower. You can reset, repeat. Tap right, lift, lower, reset. Or you can keep that leg out to the right the entire time. Tap, lift, tap, lift. So it's going to play with it. Find what's going to work for you. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, you can stay here, or you can add a lateral high knee. So wherever you're at, your right toe's out to the right. Right knee comes up and outside the frame of the body, so it tries to stay as far out wide as it comes up, and then taps back down. Knee comes up, taps back down. You can choose, if you have that tap down, you can try to do it without making contact with the ground on the way down. You can also keep doing your side toe taps, sliding your foot in and out, lateral leg lifts, whatever you'd like. Working on side glutes here with all of these different ranges of motion. And in 3, 2, 1, set both feet down nice and wide. Take a wide stance, toes forward, and then bend yourself in half, forward fold. Reach your hands towards the ground. Just a wide-legged forward fold with our legs wide. It just helps open the hips a little bit more, stretches out the outer thighs, maybe the inner thighs a little bit more as well. Just breathe here. And when you're ready, slowly roll back on up to standing. We'll get grounded with our calf raises once again. So stand feet hip width apart, toes forward, hands wherever's going to help you balance. Heels lift, heels lower, calf raises. Think about trying to slowly lower the heels back down to the ground to fight gravity a little bit and increase the time that your body is trying to find balance with less points of contact on the ground. Tippy toes, flat feet. You got it. Just getting grounded here before we start moving through the left side. And when you're ready, go ahead and take your feet back to your hip width apart and soft bend through the right knee just to help activate those stabilizer muscles. Left toes, tap to the left and then back underneath the hip. Tap to the left, back underneath the hip. You've got it. You choose your range. You can keep the toe touching the ground the entire time, or you can tap and lift, tap and lift. Finding your range, your pace. Soft bend through that right knee is going to help activate the stabilizer muscles through the right thigh. You'll feel it. And option to add a lateral leg abduction or a side leg lift. So toes tap left, left leg lifts up an inch, lowers, resets. You choose how big this movement is. You can also choose to stay tapping out, tapping in, or you can add that leg lift. Side glutes working here with this side to side motion. Keep breathing. And now you have the option here to add that lateral high knee. So again, sticking with whatever's going to work for you. You have the option to tap out, lift your left knee up towards hip height, trying to keep it wide outside the frame of the body. Tap the toes back down wide, reset. You can choose not to tap the toe down and try to keep the leg hovering the entire time as you go through the movement. You can choose to stick with your side toe taps. You can stick with side leg lifts. Just giving lots of different options to work through here. Different ranges. Choose your speed that's going to challenge you, but also help you find success. And in 3, 2, 1, set both feet down. Take your wide stance, wide-legged forward fold. Feet wider than the hips, toes forward. Fold yourself in half, reach those fingertips towards the ground. Stretching through the backs of the legs. Feeling that stretch outer and inner thighs as well. Let the hips embrace this. And when you're ready, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to get a drink of water here, and then I'm going to make my way to the ground. Feel free to meet me on your back. All right, here we roll. We're going to take it to corkscrew first. So, lying on your back, head is rested for this. Both legs go straight to the ceiling. Glue your legs together like one long leg and point your toes. Try to get your legs as straight as you can. Today, straight is not an option for me. My hamstrings are super tight. So as straight as you can, hands pushed down into the ground outside the hips to add extra points of contact and stability. Glue your back to the ground. We draw circles in the air with our feet. Keep your legs together, draw a circle, and then once you get to the top of that circle, reverse directions. We're going every other, alternating. While we do our corkscrew, we're activating through the low abs by keeping our low back glued to the ground, protecting our low back. The low abs are going to be doing the work for us. And then we're also activating through the obliques, the side abs, because our legs are off center while we do our circles. You choose how big the circle is, and you choose how low it goes. Using your low back, your low abs as a key. If the low abs or low back starts to peel off the ground, make the movement a little bit smaller. If they're pretty cemented, make it a little bit bigger and find your perfect range to get the most out of this movement for you. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, bend your knees and send your feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to some dead bugs. So give yourself an upside down tabletop position. So your knees are bent, knees straight over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling, hands reach up towards the ceiling over the shoulders. Glue your back to the ground. Really push your spine down. Touch every vertebrae in there. We extend the right leg long to hover over the ground as we reach the left arm back and then come back up through center. Extend the left leg long, reach the right arm back, come back through center. So as you do this movement, we're working through low abs with the leg extension. We're working through obliques using opposites. We're not symmetrical. So anytime we're asymmetrical, we work obliques, side abs. Keep the spine glued to the ground here. If extending your leg long isn't working for you and your low back starts to peel off the ground, keep a bend in your knees and take it to toe taps instead of leg extensions. Nice job, everybody. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, bring both feet flat to the floor, and then I want you to take your arms and extend them out to your sides, push your palms down to the ground. You can have your arms anywhere kind of between the hip and outside the shoulder area, whatever's going to help for you. I like to have mine kind of in the middle of both of those. And you're going to take your feet off the ground one more time. Keep those knees over the hips. And then I want you to let your knees fall to the right and then bring them back through center, fall to the left. So the hip can peel off the ground, but I want your shoulder blades to stay glued. That comes with pushing through the palms. So with your knees falling right and left, the obliques are going to have to catch the knees to bring them back up through center and let them fall to the other side. So that those hands pushing down, that's an extra point of contact, and that's going to help you keep your shoulder blades glued to the ground as your knees fall right and left. You choose how far those knees fall based off of where your abs, your obliques can catch you. A nice twist through the spine as we do this as well. It's just bonus. Breathing as you go through. And in 3, 2, 1, bend your knees into your chest and then send your feet flat to the floor. We're going to go into our glute bridges, but I want you to take your feet wide this time, a little bit wider than your hips, and I want you to flex your feet. So I want the heels on the ground, the toes lifted towards the sky. Take your hands outside your hips, push them down into the ground, and then I want you to squeeze your glutes, lift your hips towards the ceiling, and then slowly lower back down. Squeeze the glutes to lift, slowly lower. So the tailbone is the first to peel off the ground, and then each vertebrae from the low back all the way up to the mid back lifts one at a time. The shoulders stay grounded, but all the vertebrae from shoulder blades down will lift and lower with the hips. Take nice deep breaths. With your legs wide and your feet flexed, you're getting some extra burn through the hamstrings with the feet flexed. The feet wide, you're getting extra outer glutes, outer thighs. Now, play with your timing a little bit. Can you hold your hips high for an extra second before slowly lowering? Can you make your lower of the hips slower? Play with your tempo. Figure out what's going to challenge you, where you feel that extra spice, that extra burn. Search for it. Once you find it, stick with it. And 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, let those hips come back down to the ground and take your feet back, hip width, feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. Now you're going to keep your head rested. We're going to keep working through low abs. I want you to lift your legs to upside down tabletop. So your knees are bent, knees are over the hips, shins are parallel to the ceiling. Take your hands, push them down again into the ground outside the hips. Right toe taps the ground, come back through center. Left toe taps the ground, come back through center. So as you alternate your toe taps, I want you to think about keeping the low back glued to the ground. I also want you to think about where your knees are when they come back. I want the knees to stay stacked over the hips. If our knees end up coming closer to our chest here, that's going to pull some work out of the lower abs because it's pulling it more towards our chest instead of away from the body. So knees in your home position should be above the hip. Try to prevent them from pulling too close to the chest here as you alternate your toe taps. If you'd like, you can take it double time. Both toes tap, both toes lift. If you do this, be mindful of that low back. Keep that low back glued to the ground. Lots of low ab work here today. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest for a brief moment. We're going to take the upper abs into the picture. So I want those knees bent, shins parallel to the ceiling. I want you to take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. And I want you to keep your legs where they are, but I want you to do crunches from here. So crunch, shoulder blades lift off the ground, and then lower back down. With your hands behind your head, elbows wide, the hands are there just for support. They're not pushing or pulling. And the elbows wide is going to make it more work for the upper abs because your weight is distributed further away from the body. If you'd like, you can take your hands across your chest and that'll keep your weight closer to your body, but you do lose that head and neck support. Stop. Upper abs working. You're having extra work here with the upper abs because you have less points of contact with your feet not touching the ground. If you ever need to take your feet back to the ground, you can. In 3, 2, 1. You can rest your head. I want you to take your right foot flat to the floor and your left leg straight to the ceiling. Now we're going to crunch as we reach our hands towards our left toes. So reach your hands straight towards the left toes, and I want you to crunch as you reach your fingertips towards your left toes. Release, crunch, release. So you choose how small the release is. For the release, I like to keep my shoulder blades mostly lifted and then get deeper into the lift as I reach towards my toes. So I try not to rest my head fully down. If resting your head fully down is going to give you a better rep the next time through, feel free to take that option. In 3, 2, 1, rest your head. Left foot is going to come flat now. Right leg is going to go straight to the ceiling. We're going to do same thing right side. Reach your hands straight towards the right toes. Crunch, release, crunch, release. Breathing as you go through. Think about exhaling to crunch, inhaling to release. Again, you find your range of motion. How high can you make that reach? How small can you make that reset? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest your head. This time I want you to send both legs straight to the ceiling. And we're going to take it to our legs up crunches. So, or toe touch crunches. So both legs straight, toes pointed towards the ceiling. You can have your legs separate here and arms reach up towards the toes. Crunch, release, crunch, release. You got it. Try to make the crunch a centimeter higher. Try to make the release that much smaller. Staying in it. Try to get your legs as straight as you can. Fight for it. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your knees, rest your head. Beautifully done. Lots of upper and obliques there. Let's go to our lower ab crunches. So I want you to, when you're ready, send your legs straight back up to the ceiling and head stays rested. We're gonna do a lower ab crunch. So take your hands, push them down into the ground outside your hips. The legs are straight, toes are pointed, and they're up towards the ceiling. I want you to think about pulling your tailbone down sharp, pull your belly button down sharp as you lift your tailbone an inch off the ground. And that's your lower ab crunch. The tailbone lifts a centimeter as the belly button sharply pulls down and then lowers. So your legs maybe get a centimeter closer to the ceiling and then they release. It's a very tiny movement, almost as if you're not moving at all. And it's a sharp contraction of those low abs right beneath the belly button, like where the zipper of your pants would be. That's the low abs we're targeting here. So a tight pull of the tailbone upward as the belly button pulls sharply down, and you end up getting a little lift. Toes go a centimeter closer to the ceiling and then release. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your knees, send your feet flat to the floor. We're gonna do a little Ferris wheel leg action. So both feet flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. And you're gonna pull your right knee to your chest. You're gonna extend your right leg straight to the ceiling. And then you're gonna lower that right leg to hover, reset, repeat. So right knee to chest, right leg to ceiling, right leg to hover off the ground, reset. Knee in, leg up, leg hovers, repeat. So you'll feel your obliques grounding you here. Your head stays rested, your palms pushing down into the ground outside the hips. And you are feeling the stretch through the back of the leg as you reach the leg towards the ceiling, feeling a stretch through the top of the leg and engagement as you lower the leg towards the ground. Low abs and obliques helping stabilize us through this movement. And in 3, 2, 1, right foot goes flat to the floor, right knee to the ceiling. We're gonna switch sides. Left knee pulls to your chest. Left leg points straight to the ceiling. Left leg lowers to hover the ground. Reset, repeat. Knee in, leg up, leg hovers, repeat. Moving at your pace, your range. Feeling a nice stretch through the leg as you do this. Really pushing the entire spine down to the ground. Gluing the entire back so that you protect the low back. Feel the engagement, feel the stabilization of those obliques coming into play. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, send both feet flat down to the ground. Nice job, everybody. If you need to get a drink, feel free. We're gonna roll over into tabletop. All right, I'm gonna get a quick drink and you're gonna be on all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. All right, for our tabletop, we're gonna go to bird dog to kick us off. So back is flat, head is in line with your spine, knees are underneath hips, shins traveling or trailing behind the knees, toes are pointed, and you're gonna extend your right leg long behind you, lifting it up towards hip height. As you extend your left arm forward, extended forward at shoulder height. Then you reset, switch sides. The left leg back, right arm forward, reset. So keep your back flat this entire time. The leg and the arm are extending at shoulder hip height. Your belly button stays pulled into your spine to help keep your back flat. Sometimes we want to dip our heads down. If you keep your head in line with your spine, think of your neck as an extension of your spine, making it nice and long. This is balance here that we're working on. It's also strengthening the core and the back. You're getting a little bit of glute work here, spicing up the glutes. If opposite arm, opposite leg isn't working for you, you can always take it one limb at a time. Arm, arm, leg, leg. Find what's gonna work for you. Think about moving at your pace. The slower you go, the more difficult it's gonna be to balance, because the longer you go without your extra points of contact on the ground. And in 3, 2, 1. Come back to all fours. Now we're going to turn these into bird dog crunches. So we're going to stay one side to start. So I want you to take your left leg back, right arm forward. And then we're going to turn this into a bird dog crunch by pulling your opposite elbow, opposite knee in towards each other. So left knee comes in towards the chest as the right elbow reaches towards the left knee. And then you extend again, repeat. So knees come in towards each other. They don't have to touch, kind of like underneath the belly button rib cage. And then they extend long away from each other once again. Keeping your head in line with your spine. If you lose your balance, reset, join back in. Getting the core activated, spiced up even more. Your stabilizer limbs are working hard here too. Left arm, right leg, right glute. And 3, 2, 1. Reset back to all fours. Nice job. We're going to do it on the other side now. So left arm forward, right leg back, and then bend both in towards each other underneath the torso, and then extend them back long away from each other once again. You find your pace, your range. Opposite elbow, opposite knee come towards each other. They do not have to touch. Mine do not touch. Focusing on keeping that spine in line, head in line with your spine. Think about exhaling to crunch. Those elbow and knee comes towards each other. Inhaling to reset, extend. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come back to all fours. Nice job, everybody. Get a drink if you need. We're going to lay on the front side of our body to work on strengthening our backside. Our posterior chain. Okay. So I just got a drink. Laying completely flat on the front side of your body. I'm going to take my hands and put them directly underneath my shoulders. Palms face down, fingertips forward, elbows kind of tucked in towards the ribs here. Squeeze the legs together behind you, toes pointed. And from here, you're going to, without putting pressure on your hands, lift your chest an inch or 2 off the ground. So head and chest lift. Roll the shoulder blades down and back, shoulders away from the ears. And then lower back down. We're going to add on to that. Lift once again. Lift this head and chest off the ground. And this time, hold it up. Now push into your hands to lift a little bit higher. And then release the hands. Try to hold that lift. When you're ready, slowly lower back down to the ground. When you're ready, we're going to go again. Lift the chest without putting pressure into the hands. When you're ready, push pressure into the hands to lift a little bit higher, and then release the pressure of the hands and try to hold that lift. Reset one more time. Lift the chest and head. Push into the hands to lift a little bit higher. Release the hands, hold, and lower back down. Nice job. Now stay low here. Reach your hands back by your hips. From here, I want you to lift the upper body. The lower body can still stay glued to the ground. Lift the upper body, chest lifts, head lifts, shoulders lift, and hands by your hips. With your lift, I want you to rotate your arms so palms face out, palms face you. Palms face out, palms face you. Shoulder mobility with our back extension. Keep it lifted. 3, 2, 1. Lower. Next time, when you're ready, go ahead and lift the upper body off the ground. I want you to sweep your arms out to the side and up in front of the shoulders, and then back out to your hip. Sweep your arms out to the side and up in front of the shoulders, back outside the hip. Keep the chest lifted. One more. And go ahead and rest the upper body down. Nice job. All right, now we're going to go into swimming. So I want you to extend your arms long in front of you, legs long behind you. The legs are going to lift this time. We're going to bring them into the picture. So arms extended long in front of you, legs extended long behind you. Your legs can be a little bit separated now for this. They don't have to be glued together. Go ahead and lift your upper and lower body off the ground. activate by pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Maybe feel a push of the hip bones down. Arms and legs are lifted, we swim. So that means taking your right leg and your left arm and lifting them an inch further, higher, and then switch. Opposite arm and opposite leg lift an inch, lower and then you switch. Switch, 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 switch. Staying hovering the entire time. Belly is on the ground, legs and arms, chest lifted. And in 3, 2, 1, rest everything down. Beautifully done. All right, we're gonna get into a little bit more glutes, back of the hamstrings. And here we go. Go ahead and take your elbows underneath your shoulders to prop your chest up. When you do so, you can take your left hand, put it in a fist, and wrap your right hand around your left fist so that you just have somewhere to put your hands. Nice, be strong of support. So your chest's lifted, elbows are underneath the shoulders, nice propped up. Shoulder blades roll down and back so you're not hunched against your ears. Squeeze your legs together behind you. We're gonna take it to a single leg kick, toes pointed. Take your right heel, kick it towards your glute twice, set it back down, switch. Left heel kicks towards your glute twice, set it back down. 1, 2, switch, 1, 2. So the first kick is big, the second kick is like on a little I told you so kick, just getting a little bit deeper, and then you switch. Keep your shoulder blades relaxed down and back. Feel the stretch through the thigh. Feel the engagement, the contraction through the hamstring and glutes. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest your upper body so chest comes back down to the ground. Your arms can be wherever feels good for you. So I'm gonna rest my head. So I'm gonna take my hands and stack one on top of the other, palms face down, and I'm gonna rest my forehead on my top hand. Legs extended long behind me. We're gonna take it to heel beats. Spread your legs a little bit wider this time and then point your toes outward, heels come inward. It doesn't have to be perfect, just some version of that, whatever your body allows you to do. And then you're gonna lift just the lower body off the ground. So hips stay grounded, legs stay straight. Lift the legs off the ground. Flex your feet once your legs are lifted, and then squeeze your heels towards each other, towards the midline, and then release. Towards each other, release. The squeeze towards each other only has to be 1 centimeter to 1 inch. It doesn't have to be huge. The heels do not have to touch. Those legs lifted as you squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Inner corner of the glutes happening here. Hamstrings also helping keep the legs lifted. Relax through the upper body. Relax through the shoulders as you squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Nice job. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job. Extend those legs long behind you. Point your toes. Upper body stays rested. We're windshield wipering our legs, giving ourselves a nice little stretch. So bend your knees, bring your heels towards your glutes. Let your legs fall to the right. Come back through center, let them fall to the left. So kind of rainbowing, windshield wipering them right to left, so your shins and your feet fall right and left. Feeling a rotation through the hip socket, releasing any tension through the low back. Kind of feeling a massage through the tops of those thighs as they roll on the ground. Breathe. And when you're ready, go ahead, extend your legs out long. And we're in this position, so we're going to take it to a quick plank. Haha. Okay, so you can take it to your plank either on your forearms or on your hands. If you're on your hands go a little bit wider than the shoulders. You're going to be in like your starting push-up position. So straight line from head to heels. Just your hands and the balls of your feet are on the ground. Your core is engaged, back is flat, nice long line. If you're on your forearms, your elbow is underneath your shoulders, your forearms reach forward, palms face down, fingertips forward, and you hold here. Find your perfect plank, straight line from head to heels. Breathe. Hold this for a couple breaths here. When we're in a straight line or we're in an isometric hold, we don't have a movement to distract us, so we have to use our breath as a guide to help us get through the movement. Focus on breathing. And in 3, 2, 1, release. Nice job. Lay down on the ground. You can rest your head. We're gonna do our glute series lying on the front side of our body. That's the treat we get after doing a plank. So go ahead and stack your hands one on top of the other and rest your head on the top of your hands. Upper body gets to stay rested. Legs extend long behind you, toes pointed. First. So keep a strong point in your right leg. Keep your leg as straight as you possibly can, squeezing through the thigh. Right leg lifts an inch off the ground, lowers back down, lifts and lowers. So you'll feel this contraction through your right glute, center of the glute. Just tiny lifts and lowers. This is not a big movement. If the movement becomes too big, that means we get an arch in our back. We don't want the arch in our back. We want our back ironed out flat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. You got this. We're gonna add on. Right leg lifts, right leg slides an inch to the right, comes back in and lowers. Right leg lifts, out, in, down. Tiny movement here. It's almost like you're tracing the letter L or the number 7 with your leg. Try to keep the lift or the rest, I say, the rest of the leg lifted even as you reset. So your home base still has your leg hovering, and then you lift an inch higher, out and down. Nice job. And now go ahead and let your leg rest fully on the ground. We're going to take it to a diagonal. So leg straight, fight for the straight leg, point your toe, and then lift your right leg off the ground to hover. Right toes reach towards the left foot and then come back through center. So they don't have to touch the left foot. You're just crossing the center line of the body as much as your body allows you to. And then you come back. So leg stays lifted. Leg reaches across the midline towards the left foot. Resets. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Inner corner of the glutes here again. You got it. And in 3, 2, 1, rest the right leg. We take it to the left side next. So left leg as straight as you can, point your toe, lift it to hover, and then lower. Lift and lower. So when you lower it, I want it to still be hovering, and then when you lift it, just lift it an inch higher. So you're still working through the rest phase. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Fight for a straight leg here. You're going to feel the hamstrings and glutes fired up right away. We've already been working them. They're ready. They're warm. Relax the shoulders. You got it. Breathe. Now we're adding on. Leg lifts, slides out to the left an inch, slides back in, lowers. Lift, out, in, lower. Leg is straight, pointed toe. You can do it. Again, trying to keep that leg lifted through the entire duration of the movement. So even when you lower it, it's still hovering. The lift is only an inch or so. You got it. Fight for it. Glutes on fire. If you ever need to take a break, get back into it whenever you're ready. And we change it out here. Give your left leg a break. Set it all the way back down to the ground. And then we're going to take it to across the midline. So when you're ready, left leg straight, toe pointed, lift it off the ground to hover. Left leg reaches towards the right foot and then comes back to where it started. So you're reaching to across and then return. So inner corner of the glutes working here. It's spicy. We've been working the glutes quite a bit today. So you're going to feel it. And you don't have to touch the right foot as you reach towards it. That's just the direction we're going. Keep your shoulders relaxed. I keep saying that because I keep finding my shoulders tense. You got it. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job, everybody. We're going to take it to a quick little core rotation, and we're gonna take it to cherry pickers. So sit on your bottom. Once you're on your bottom, feet flat to the floor. Boop. And then I want you to hinge back so your shoulders are not stacked over your hips. They're just a little bit behind them. You're gonna feel your abs catch you here. And take your hands, reach them to your right hip, and then rainbow them up and over to your left hip. So as you do that, your chest follows your hands, and you're gonna twist through the obliques. Now, when you're doing this movement, I want your feet to be glued to the ground to start. Knees and legs are not moving. So if your knees and legs move, that means that your hips are trying to take the twist out of the abs and into the hips to save them from doing the work. Don't save them, make them work. So, nice twist through the obliques. Now, if your legs are still, you're feeling grounded, feel free to lift those feet off the ground, shins parallel to the ceiling as you twist right and left. Hands reach from right hip to left hip to right hip. And in 3, 2, 1, take your feet flat to the floor, and then we're gonna take it to a balancing boat pose. So I want you to lift your feet off the ground, shins parallel to the ceiling. You're balancing on your tailbone here. So hinge your shoulders back as far as you need. Reach your hands forward outside the legs, so palms kind of face the outsides of the shins or the lower leg here. And you're just balancing on your tailbone here. Just holding and breathing. Abs fired up. And 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, set those feet down. And then I want you to take your hands and put them underneath your shoulders. So you're still in that same position. Your shoulders are back, so they're not stacked over the hips. They're just a little bit further back. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing down into the ground, fingertips reaching forward. And then I want you to lift those legs back up so that the shins are parallel to the ceiling. And then you're gonna alternate toe taps. Right toe taps to the ground, reset, left toe taps to the ground, reset. This is where we finish and then we stretch. You got it. Relax your shoulders. Let your abs help balance you. Try to be light in your hands. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice job, everybody. We're gonna stretch. We're gonna start in our cat-cow tabletop. If you wanna get a drink of water on your way there, feel free. I am certainly going to. All right, let's stretch it out, cool down. Feel free to follow along with me or do whatever feels best in your body. For cat-cow, we start in tabletop. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Back is flat, head is in line with your spine. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, you are going to push through your palms, tuck your chin to your chest, spine goes to the sky, nice big arch. And you do this with your breath. So this is cat. When you need to inhale, you're going to go to cow. Dip your belly low, roll your shoulders down and back, point your nose forward, open your collarbone wide. And go through this with your breath, taking cat to exhale, cow to inhale. Just loosening up through the abs, through the spine, releasing any tension that we're holding there. Maybe you add wiggles through your hips as you go through wherever they feel good. Maybe you shift your weight forward and back with your hips. Make it what it needs to be for you. Don't be afraid to play around with it a little bit. And when you're ready, come back to a flat back. Curl your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. So hips up, the balls of your feet are on the ground, your hands are on the ground, legs and arms straight. Pull your chest towards your knees for a deeper stretch through the spine. Push your heels towards the ground for a deeper stretch through the backs of the legs. And when you're ready, bend your knees, bring them back down to the ground, and roll on over onto your back. So once you are on your back, go ahead and hug your right knee to your chest. You have the option to keep your left foot planted or extend it long on the ground. With your right knee hugging to your chest, you're getting a stretch starting through the low back and through the glute. If you have your left leg planted flat to the floor, that's going to give support through the low back. If you have your leg straight, it'll give you a stretch through the front of the left thigh, the hip, so you can kind of choose which benefit speaks to you today. On your next exhale, maybe you invite your right knee to come outside the frame of the body just an inch or so. So right knee kind of outside the right rib cage to open up through the inner thigh, outer hip slightly. Just until you feel that stretch change to reach where you want it to. And we twist. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Guide your right knee up and over towards the left side of your body, peeling your right hip off the ground. Left arm goes long to a T shape outside the left shoulder. Point your nose left. And here you're going to feel a stretch through your right glute, an opening through the left or the right shoulder and chest, and a twist through the spine. Only bringing your right knee over as far as feels good to you. You can play with it. And come through center to unwind. Give both knees a hug to your chest to reset through the spine. Since we just had a little twist in it, let it get back to its regularly scheduled programming. And then when you're ready, hug your left knee to your chest. Your right leg can either extend long or your right foot can go flat. Again, the option of the hip thigh stretch or the low back support is yours to make. Starting with a stretch through the back of the right glute or the left glute, sorry. And then when you exhale, if it feels good, maybe you open the left knee outside the rib cage just slightly outside the frame of the body until you feel that stretch through the inner thigh, outer hip on the left side. Once you find your sweet spot where it feels good, stay there. And when you're ready, we take it to our twist. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Guide the left knee up and over towards the right side of the body. Left arm goes long to a T shape, nose points left. And we breathe. Left hip is peeled off the ground. That's going to give us a nice glute stretch. Our spine is twisted. With our left arm open to a T, we get a little bit of a shoulder, chest opening. Play with your range here. How far to the right your left knee reaches. The more your left knee kind of comes towards the right shoulder, not saying to touch the right shoulder, mine's nowhere near that, but the more it comes towards that, the more of a stretch you'll feel through that left glute. And when you're ready, you can unwind through center, hug both knees to your chest, give yourself a little reset, let the spine come back to its happy space. And when you're ready, roll up to a seated position. We'll take it to our seated forward fold. So extend your legs long in front of you, sitting tall, arms by your side. On a nice big inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and up over the head. And on your exhale, hinge forward, reach your hands towards your toes. Fold yourself in half. Feeling a nice stretch through the entire back side of the body. Great way to continue to reset through the spine. Let the shoulder blades separate from each other. Let there be space. Let the stretch come through the upper back. Think about deepening the stretch with every exhale. And slowly roll back up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to take it to our butterfly stretch. So touch the bottoms of your feet together in front of your hips. Let your knees bent fall out to the sides. Hinge forward at the waist. Breathe. Maybe you pull your heels closer to you for a deeper stretch. Maybe you hinge forward a little bit more. Maybe you gently rest your forearms on your inner thighs and let your knees fall heavy out. Inner thighs, hips, outer thighs. Take a couple last deep breaths for yourself here. And that's going to take us to the end of our core stability.